Previously on Momma Cherri's Corona Stay Inside special video for you, her soulable cookbook. This is what happened in the last episode. Gonna give you a teeny bit to catch up with, okay? And then we're going straight into the next section. This is a really trying time right now for the world as we are dealing with this coronavirus, COVID-19. And I thought, you know what? I want to give y'all something. Let me give it to you close up. Okay, it's Momma Cherry. I'm going to actually read from cover to cover. Oh, you know what? Let me get them. I don't even know why. I'm going to pretend that I can see properly. I can't. I'm getting my glasses. Guess what? For the first time, oh yeah, the first time, I'm going to actually give you the quantities and the recipes. It might be a little bit eyes down because I am reading. Even though I wrote it, and I'm telling y'all, I wrote this book. I can't remember everything I put in it, so I got to look it and read it. Well, let me clean my glasses, because these bad boys, they look a little bit jimmy-jammied. Cooking with the mama. So you want to know what soul food is? We do. A soul in the bowl, yeah. So a little bit coming back at you with chapter 2. Love ya. Sit back, enjoy, and get yourself a cup of tea to get ready for the next episode coming your way.
Don't stick your hand in any hot water. I got cook's fingers. I'm used to this kind of stuff, okay? Use a spoon.
Hi, everybody, and welcome back. Yes, it's me, Momma Cherry. I'm glad you decided to come back and join me for part 2. Yes, part 2 of Momma Cherry's Corona special. Soul in a bowl, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm not even going to give you none of the information I gave you in video 1. If you're just checking in, check it out. The music that you're hearing at the beginning, that is a track called Soul in a Bowl, which was me. Yeah, it's me singing, me and my friend Andrea. We put it together. You know, I basically went in the studio and just freestyle. What you hear is what came into my mind and out of my mouth. Freestyle, soul in the bowl. So, without any further ado, let's see, where did we leave off? So, we are now, so you want to know what soul food is. Today, I'm taking you to what I know a lot of you are curious about, the birth of Momma Cherry's Soul Food Shack. Not my birth, the birth of the restaurant, okay? So, I'm going to show you first, here, before I start reading to you, this is a picture of the original Soul Food Shack, okay? And as I read, you'll see we upgrade it to the big house. Oh, yes, we did, the big house. That's where the problem started, but that's another story. We'll get there soon. So, sit back and relax. I gotta throw on my wonky broken glasses. Yes, they're broken. One day I'll get them fixed, but for right now, they'll have to do. Okay? So, here we go. The birth of Momma Cherry's Soul Food Shack. I came to London in 1978. With an American touring theater company, which opened in the West End with a gospel musical. Oh, yes, I did. The show didn't last long, but I knew London was for me. I had always felt something of a misfit before I moved to London. And before I moved to London, I discovered that I could express myself. Both my daughters, Katrina and Kristen, were born in the UK. at the time of writing this book, I had 2 grandchildren, Ellis and Tyler. Now, since then, little Eden has been born. When I say little Eden, he's 9, so he ain't so little now, okay? As well as a host of foster grandchildren. Because when I wrote this, I only had a very few foster grandchildren. Now I got a multitude, but that's another story. Okay. In the past, I had fostered more than 40 children and teenagers. So cooking big family meals is a way of life for me. Remember, I wrote this book. This book was published in 2005. No, 6. So it's a long time going back. In 2000, after getting remarried, I decided with my husband Phil to relocate to Brighton and open up the UK's only soul food restaurant. It was a big step for both of us. I had lived in London for 22 years, and Phil was from Manchester. Momma Cherri Soul Food Shack opened its doors to the public in 2001. Okay? The name Cherry, being my childhood nickname, no one could pronounce Sharita when I was little. It was considered too posh, I think. We tried to give the restaurant the feel of being in someone's front room. I wanted it to seem as if I were welcoming people into my home. There were framed original ebony photo covers from the 1960s and 70s decorating the walls, along with the American flag, pictures of Dr. Martin Luther King, family photos, a shelf packed with soul food cookbooks, Black history books, homemade placemats filled with family photos, Black history facts, and soul music and trivial quizzes were on the tables. We have always had a loyal local fan base. And each weekend in Brighton fills up with tourists who flock to us to discover the secrets of genuine soul food. Although we were popular from the start, we simply didn't have enough customers throughout the week to enable us to pay all those bills. I knew the food inside out, but my husband and I struggled with the business side of things. By 2004, we had run out of money and we needed professional help. Okay? Now, I was talking about those placemats, and I found a few, and I'm just going to show you a few. So sit there while I just go and dig a few of these placemats just to show you. Okay, so I'm all about DIY, do it yourself. So these are, let me just show you. This was, oh, isn't that cute? This is a placemat. Okay. And then this is the other side. And that's me cooking with young children. And those were on the table. Also, on the table, we had, oh, wait a minute, here we go. Oh, this is another one. This must be from the same session when I'm cooking with the kids. Double-sided. That's one of them. And this is one. Alright. So I would get these. I would laminate them. Okay, this is one. This is one of my... this is from one of the events that I took. That's my staff when we went out bowling. Okay. Oh, and in that picture there, just here, that's my nephew Dowd that I was telling you about when he used to work at the restaurant. Okay, so, and this, oh no, so I'll save that one because that's relevant for the next page. So those were some of the placemats. So let's turn the page. Aha! This is what you've been waiting for. Put my glasses back on. It's a kitchen nightmare. Oh, yes, it is. So, close to closure And desperate to save the business, I decided to take a gamble and volunteered to appear on television's Kitchen Nightmares. Legendary chef Gordon Ramsay and his team arrived in December 2004. Yes, y'all watching this now. Y'all, because I still get people who watch the program because it is aired all over the world and has been very popular. And I'm still getting requests for bookings in 2020. But the restaurant closed in 2009. So let me carry on. And immediately said about, so legendary chef Gordon Ramsay and his team arrived in 2004 and immediately set about making changes to our management style. Gordon also helped us rationalize the menu, suggesting a tapas style deal, which we christened Soul in a Bowl, hence the title of this book. I'm proud to say that a big difference between Momma Cherri's and the other places featured on Gordon Ramsay was that Gordon loved our food. In fact, he said that for the first time ever, he had cleaned his plate during the whole series. We got on great, okay? And I had since built on all of his wise suggestions. He took me out of the kitchen and encouraged me to mingle with my customers. And y'all know me, I love mingling with my customers. You're my current customer, and I'm here to mingle with you. Okay, so, and helping them to understand what soul food is all about. It goes without saying that Gordon Ramsay's intervention was, hallelujah, our salvation. The program first aired in June 2005 and has since been shown across the world, putting us on the international food map. Previously, we had been serving about 150 meals a week. After the program was first shown, this increased, are you ready? To 1,000. Oh yes, 1,000 a week. And we were having to turn away, and I ain't lying when I say it, 80 people a day. I stood at that door and I counted, because as I was counting, I was crying, because I was like, I can't be sending these people away. This is money. All our hard, but the shack was just too small. It was too small. Put my glasses back on because I can't see the words. We went from having no business to being in a position where we couldn't fit everyone in. There was an immediate interest in soul food, culture, and music, and my amazement, me. I was invited to appear regularly on national TV shows such as Saturday Kitchen, Great Food Live, Market Kitchen. You name the kitchen, Momma Cherri was on it. Eventually, to accommodate the demand, we closed the original Soul Food Shack and moved to much bigger premises. Momma Cherri's big house. It's been an uphill journey with triple the staff, triple the bills, and triple the covers. Triple the food and drink, but 100% times more fun and excitement. So, it finally happened. After all those years of hard work and great food, all of us here at Momma Cherri's got a break we needed, thanks to Gordon Ramsay and the Kitchen Nightmares team. We're now one of the top foodie attractions in Brighton. Wow! Who would have thought it, considering how close we were to closing. Now here's a picture of me and Gordon when he came, and that's outside of the big house. This is when he came to see me. Now, okay, now you need to go back and watch one of the other videos, basically, because as you all know, it didn't last. Okay, I'm not even gonna go into the reasons and all of that. It's out there. I've done several videos on it. Check it out. This is about the cookbook because we're about to eventually start to get to the food. Let's turn the page. So now we're at the important bit of how to use this book. Okay? So, let me tell you how to use the cookbook. This is what I put together. When I began writing this book, I thought it would be a quick and easy task. After all, I've been cooking for most of my life, and the soul food cooking style is natural to me. It has been pumping through my veins and fueling my soul for more than half a century. But I ran into unexpected problems when it came to converting American weights and measures to British ones. I had never used a set of scales to weigh anything. And that's apparent. I don't even use it to weigh my body. Me and scales, nah, we don't go together. We don't go together. I use my eyes. You know, hey, besides, I'm a pinch and a dash and a sprinkle and a handful type of a girl. Shucks, when I grew up, we just took a cup, chose a cup, and stuck with it. Somehow the recipes work out. That's why I'm trying to let people understand it's not always about exact measurements. Okay, in some food, yeah. But in this food, nah. It's about your heart, your soul, sticking to what you use, and getting to know the recipe. I want people to feel free as a bird in their own home. I don't want you to feel tied. Even to my book, I want you, when I go through these recipes, if you say, you know what, I don't really like garlic, leave it out. Okay? That's what it's about. It's about you feeling comfortable within your own self, within them taste buds on your tongue. Because like I say, taste is in the eye of the beholder of the tonguer. You got me? Here we go. Now, just because I said I had trouble adapting to the British system doesn't mean I didn't get it right in the end. This book has been written with you, the British, in mind. It has been carefully edited, and the recipes have been independently tested to make sure they're right. They're right. And you know what? Every single recipe in this book has been tried and tested by me. Oh, yes. And the pictures I show you, because I said to them, I am not having you get some other person in, make up the food, and then spray the food with doobity-boobity-woody to make it look pretty. No. Show my food as it comes out. So every picture in here is undoctored because I was there when he took the pictures. I had to make sure. I wanted it to, if there's a little crispy bit that's a bit burnt, don't be cutting it off. Because sometimes that happens when you cook. And I don't want people to think, oh no, I tried to cook this and then it got a little bit too dark. So I threw it in the bin because it didn't look like the picture. No way, Jose. You use your common sense and use them taste. Hear me. Y'all know me. It's going to take forever to do this book because I keep going off piece. Let me get back to the word. All right, let me see. Where am I at? Having said that, I like you to think that you will use these recipes as a guide only. Don't feel you must stick to the exact letter of them. Soul food cooking should be a personal journey, and you should feel free, just like my enslaved forefathers, to explore and experiment, adding your own personal touches to the dishes. I am of the belief that if you season your pot, you can't go wrong. Let me explain. I look at the size of the pot, and then I evenly sprinkle across the top. The bigger the pot, the more you need. Let's face it. If you were cooking for 4, you wouldn't use a huge pot. You'd use a small pot. Okay? So you're able to judge it right. I also season at the beginning of the recipes with the onions, peppers, etc. and my love dust. Oh yes, my love dust. That's it. Momma Cherri's love dust. My handmade Cajun seasoning. I call it love dust because that's what it is. It's putting some love into your dishes. Remember, you can always add more spice and flavorings to your dish, but it's very difficult to take them away. So go easy at first with the salt and pepper, Cajun seasonings and chilies. Taste and add more if you need to. Additional flavors if you think the dish can take it. But most of all, enjoy what you cook and make it your own. I should also point out that I have never been able to cook a meal designed, and this is true, for just 2 people. So all of the recipes will feed more. I believe that whenever you cook, you should always be aware that someone might knock on your door. Oh yes, they may knock on your door. And there should always be enough in your pot to share. The essence of soul food is sharing what you have. And let's face it, if you make a dish that the family likes, you want to be able to offer seconds. Or at least know that there's some left over for lunch the next day. Or even to freeze it for another occasion. Many of the dishes I cooked are created after I've checked what's available in the cupboard or after I've been shopping. One of my favorite days is market day. In Brighton, we have a Sunday market at the train station where you can acquire all sorts of bargains. It's closed down. We don't have that market no more at the train station. I used to love going there. However, lots of other markets have opened up. We now have the open market down on London Road, which is fantastic. But we've also have a lot of local fruit and vegetable stalls, okay? Learn to go to them. And ethnic shops, okay? I go to Tiba. I used to go to Taj. So look for those local corner shops. Support your local people. Because when you go into them little local shops, that's where you find the magic. That's where you find the ingredients that the people of that particular culture and cuisine, that's where they get their ingredients. That's where you get the real deal. So I ain't saying don't go to your big shops. Yeah, hit Walmart. Hit all them places, whatever. But when you go there, go to the other sections. Check out something new. Explore. It's like taking a tour with your mouth. Take a tour. Okay? Let me get back to it. Where am I? Most towns now have regular markets, including farmers market. These are great because it's not only do you support local producers if you shop there, but you also trace the food back to its source. That's important. Food miles. This way of shopping goes right back to my roots. Slaves had to grow their own food or go to open markets to buy and trade goods. As money was tight, looking for a bargain was the best way of life. I was brought up not to waste nothing. To use my initiative and my imagination when cooking. I buy whatever looks good, particularly if it's on special offer. Oh, yes. Then I decide what I'm going to cook. Don't be afraid to ask the vendor what he's got left over or what's coming close to the sell-by date. Just because something is going cheap doesn't mean that it's inferior. All right, people, get that into your brain. Just because it's on sale, coming to an end, don't mean it's ready for the bin. Okay? Now, let me just get up here and show you what my t-shirt says. Mama says. Mama said, what? Don't bin it, spin it. That's how I live. Don't bin it, spin it. Let me sit back down. Okay. Okay. Many vendors throw away a lot of vegetables and fruit at the end of the day because they're bruised or over-ripened. Often, all they need is a sharp knife to cut away the bad bits, and you will be amazed at how much goodness is left. Don't be afraid to ask for a deal or to point out imperfections in your soon-to-become purchases. Believe it or not, stall holders still like to encourage to engage in cheerful banter and often enjoy chatting with a customer. You know, in this day and age where sometimes all we do is we kind of walk in, we're so busy picking up that we forget to engage. Take time when you're at the checkout. Take time to say hello. It ain't gonna kill you. It might actually improve your mental health. And if it's not going to improve your mental health, think about the mental health of someone else. You know, sometimes people are working in these shops, and that ain't even just the people on the till. When I'm walking through a store, when I see somebody stacking shelves or sweeping the floor, I stop. I go, hey, how you doing? You all right? And they often go, oh, yes. And then all of a sudden, this turns into this. They're like, hi ma'am, yes ma'am. Just talk to people, okay? Get to know your surroundings. And like I said, if you're in a market and you see a piece of fruit, they can weigh it up, then you can go, hey, that piece over there, that look like it's nearly done. They'll quite often go, yeah, they'll get ready to take it away, to throw it. Go, no, I'll have it. I can use it in a pie. They'll usually throw it in for free. Try it. Trust me. They do. Here I go. Let me carry on. A good time to shop is after a holiday, when there is an abundance of seasonal fruit and vegetables. A typical haul for me on a Sunday would include a nice piece of local meat, potatoes, apples, pears, butternut squash, pumpkins, cucumbers, onions, melons, plus overripened tomatoes, avocados, and plums. All of this I cook a full Sunday roast and a dessert, and have loads left over for sauces, stews, and unusual dishes. Finally, a word about Soul in a Bowl website. You can also order a lot of these ingredients. My love does. You can get it in mild or hot. You can get it now in, my Cajun original. I do also a jerk one, and I do a curry blend. And that is my website. Oh my goodness, my book is falling. Put that back up there. Which is Momma Cherri's soulfood.com. Okay? Now go to my website and you can see. And also on my website, I've got loads of photographs in my gallery from the time when I had the restaurant. You can also order yourself a t-shirt, okay? And soon I'll be putting up some aprons. All right? So please, let's check it out and spread some virtual soul. So let's see where we're up to. Okay. I think for this particular video, because I can't even tell you how long I've been talking, but I think this is a good time to stop. And then what I will do, because on the next one, it's basically, oh my goodness gracious. Yeah, I'll go through this one. What I've done here is I've done you some recipe plans. Okay, so we're going to save that one for the next video. So people, with a little bit of peace, a whole lot of love and soul, stick with the mama. I hope you're enjoying my series. Stay safe. Stay inside. Self-isolate if you've been told to do so. And get to cooking some soul with the mama. Ow! Soul in a bowl.
Don't stick your hand in any hot water. I got cook's fingers. I'm used to this kind of stuff, okay? Use a spoon.